Alex, I know you were talking about your defensive player of the year at the very beginning of the season. So we're back 17 weeks now. You said TJ Watt. TJ Watt, clear front runner, along with Aaron Donald, of course, who's always in the conversation by default. But can we talk about Xavien Howard? Because he becomes the first player since Antonio Cromartie in 2007 to amass 10 interceptions in a single season. How good are his chances at winning this award? Or is it just a pass rusher thing?
Unfortunately, I think it's going to hurt his case that a cornerback won it last year. Mm-hmm. I think Stephon Gilmore winning doesn't help his case because, we've kind of the media gets old. The media kind of gets tired of the same narrative super quickly, and we saw the same thing with Patrick Mahomes. I mean, Patrick Mahomes won last year the MVP race, so you don't really want to give it to him again. You don't want to give it to a cornerback again. TJ Watt led the league in so many different categories that affected the game in such a direct manner. I mean, interceptions are a great statistic when you're counting, but a lot of the times they can be variable depending on what quarterback you're going against, random tips, everything like that. But getting after the pass rusher is something that, the elite guys can definitely separate themselves. And unfortunately, I think Xavien Howard is going to fall third in this race because TJ Watt, I think, is going to win it, which, I don't know if you guys heard it or not, but I called it at the beginning of the year.
Right.
And Aaron Donald's the best player on the planet that puts on football pads every Sunday. So I think he's just going to get third by default. But he had an incredible year. Brian Flores, ran this defense incredibly well this year. Him and Byron Jones might be the best cornerback combo in the NFL. So, there's a lot of things to build on here with the Dolphins. And I think, kind of going under the radar, and I know this is not what Dolphins fans want to hear, but because they missed the playoffs and because they lost this game, I think they jumped like 3 or 4 draft picks because when you get into the playoffs, it's now
automatically bottom 14.
Yeah, it's bottom 14, and you had the 2 NFC teams that had worse record than them. So that would have put them up there a couple spots. So now they're drafting in the middle of the first round instead of towards the back half. So
honestly, this loss is not the worst thing. I don't think that Dolphins will be able to compete in the playoffs. I don't think they were going to win a game. So there's not really the point. You get better draft position, and you're going to be able to, the Dolphins have one hell of a future ahead of them. They're going to at least be in the AFC Championship game within the next 5 years. If they make it to the Super Bowl within these 5 years, I will not be surprised about this team.